The tight end position is always a tough one going into each and every week. And I'm here giving you 4 of must start tight ends and 2 must sit tight ends. Guys, take it one day at a time. Let's get all the information we can, 1 week at a time as well. So my first must start tight end is Tyler Conklin versus the Bengals. He's been doing his thing. Week 1, caught 4 out of 7 targets and a touchdown, over 10 fantasy points. In week 2, caught 6 out of 9 targets for 40 yards, had 9 fantasy points. Look, just this Jets offense and Joe Flacco has been spreading the ball to everyone. Specifically, not to Elijah Moore, which is frustrating, but Tyler Conklin has been out targeting Elijah Moore, which is frustrating. But I do believe this could be a consistent thing moving forward until maybe Zach Wilson does get back. But what we do know is that Joe Flacco is confirmed going to be the Week 3 starter, playing the Bengals, who are 0-2, by the way. And if they do not win this game, it's going to be a rough rest of the season for the Cincinnati Bengals. So the Bengals currently right now are in the middle of the pack, and they give up the middle of the pack points to the tight end position. But Tyler Conklin, tight end 8 on the year right now. It's only week 2, still very early, and that can change like that. But I'll be starting Tyler Conklin with some confidence going into week 3. So start him. And at number 2, give me Tyler Higbee versus the Arizona Cardinals. Tight end 7 on the year, which is crazy. I was not expecting that. In week 1, he had over 8 fantasy points. And in week 2 versus the Atlanta Falcons, over 10 fantasy points. He caught 7 out of 9 targets for 71 yards. It's crazy what Tyler Higbee has been doing. Maybe you picked him up off of waiver wires. Maybe, you drafted him as one of your last draft picks as a second tight end, and he's been the tight end 7 on the year. Keep giving the ball to him. He has a hot hand right now. So if you have Tyler Higbee, I am plugging and playing him versus the Arizona Cardinals. This is a divisional game. It always can be up and down, but I think you should be starting Tyler Higbee moving forward, at least into week 3. Let's go to the other side of the ball now with Zach Ertz versus the Rams. Look, it's not sexy, but I mean, this offense has been struggling. And if this Cardinals offense wants to do anything, continue giving the ball to Zach Ertz. In week 2, he caught 8 out of 11 targets for 75 yards, over 15 fantasy points. In week 1, he also had over 11 fantasy points as well. This is going to be a tough matchup for the Cardinals, and maybe they're going to result in abandoning the run game and more resulting into Zach Ertz and maybe, AJ Green. But I do believe Zach Ertz should be a must start this week. It may not be sexy because the Rams do give up the second least fantasy points to the tight end position. But Zach Ertz, he's tight end 5 right now on the year. So if he can continue with the targets and maybe fall into the end zone, he could be a good guy for you in the flex position, or in the tight end position, So maybe he gets you 10 points, maybe he gets you 12 points. No matter what, I think he will be successful in week 3. And at number 4, last but not least, give me Dawson Knox, who had a better improved week 2 playing the Tennessee Titans. Caught 4 out of 5 targets for 41 yards, over 8 fantasy points. This week he's playing the Miami Dolphins, who give up the second most fantasy points to the tight end position. Is Gabe Davis going to be ready for week 3? Not sure as I'm recording this video right now, but if he's not, maybe Dawson Knox could step up again in week 3. You saw what they did. This game could be a shootout, or this could be a blowout. I mean, this Bills defense is crazy, but I am starting Dawson Knox with confidence moving forward. Now let's go to my sit section. I do not like this. I'm disappointed. I'm sad. I don't know what is happening. Cole Kmet versus the Houston Texans, and I feel like the week that I'm telling you to sit him is the week that they're going to change everything around and start targeting Cole Kmet. He has dropped 2 goose eggs as of right now. Literally 0 points, nothing. He's been targeted once in both games, in week 1 and in week 2. They were down the whole time and continued to run the ball with David Montgomery in first and second down and try to do play action, but then Justin Fields was just sacked most of the time on third down. I don't know what's happening. I don't know why it's happening, but I really hope that Justin Fields and the Cole Kmet can kind of bring it back to life. Sit him in week 3, and if he does get the workload in week 3, then we can have a new conversation. But right now, sit him. And my last sit tight end is Mike Gesicki versus the Buffalo Bills. I know he did his thing in week 2. Don't get me wrong. I mean, he found the end zone. He caught all of his targets. He did his thing. He was a top guy this week. But against this Bills defense, who is really, really good, especially against the tight end position, they give up the 9th least amount of points to the tight end position, and that is great. This defense is phenomenal. It was very hyped with Mike Gesicki in week 2, but let's sit him, let's pause, maybe pick him up off of waiver wires, whatever the case may be, and then relax. Sit him right now and then see what he can do maybe in week 4 and see how he performs in week 3. So these are my 4 start tight ends and my 2 sit tight ends. Guys, let me know what you think in the comments below. I hope I didn't miss anything. And please pray for Cole Kmet. I am begging Justin Fields and this Bears team to really figure it out. Good luck in week 3.
Yo, what's good? Thanks for watching. We got a lot more videos.
A lot more.
If you want more videos,
watch it.
You can also subscribe
right now
if you want to.
You need to.
And lastly, don't forget that you can sign up to support the show and get exclusive content by going to patreon.com/FantasyLand fam.